She hadn't struck one ball yet, but Cincinnati already roared like she'd won the whole tournament. Filipino flags waved everywhere. Grown men wiped away tears before the umpire called time. This wasn't hype from some headline. It was real, raw, and impossible to fake. Eala stepped onto Lindner Family Tennis Center, and thousands treated it like a homecoming instead of just another match. Strangers hugged. Kids screamed her name into the warm summer air. So tell me, where are you tuning in from tonight? Drop your country below, because whatever's happening here, you're officially part of this story too. Because this didn't come out of nowhere. Eala earned every bit of it. Just weeks before Cincinnati, she'd already stamped her name across the tennis world. A fourth-round run at the Canadian Open, a title win in Washington, and then the biggest signal yet, Cincinnati organizers handed her a first-round bye. Her highest seed ever on tour. Think about that for a second. She didn't need to survive round one anymore. She'd climbed high enough that the tournament itself skipped her straight to the real action. But a bye means something else too. It means waiting, watching, wondering how the body and mind hold up when everyone expects you to show up ready. For most players, that gap creates pressure. For Eala, it turned into something different. Fans didn't wait quietly either. The moment she landed in Ohio, phones came out. Videos spread fast. Filipino communities across the state showed up just to catch a glimpse of her walking through the airport. By the time she reached the courts, it wasn't just support anymore. It felt like a takeover. Reporters noticed it too. One writer compared the scene to Manny Pacquiao's biggest fight nights, back when entire neighborhoods in Manila shut down just to watch him box. That's the kind of comparison you don't throw around lightly. But watching the stands fill up hours early, packed with people wearing her name on their backs, you'd understand why they made it anyway. Across from her stood Elena Gabriela Ruz, a tough Romanian veteran ranked 74th in the world. On paper, this looked winnable, but far from easy. Ruz had beaten Eala before, back in 2024, and she wasn't stepping on court to hand anything away. She'd traveled just as far, trained just as hard, wanted this just as badly. Still, something felt different this time. Eala wasn't the underdog chasing a moment anymore. She was the one carrying expectations now, and somehow, she looked calm doing it. Pre-match interviews showed her smiling, almost unbothered by the noise building around her. When asked about the pressure of representing an entire country, she gave an answer that surprised people. She said she just tries to go with the flow. Same court, same ball, same lines everywhere she plays. Simple words. But they said a lot about how she's learned to carry this weight without breaking under it. Now picture the scene right before the match starts. Thousands on their feet. Chants building in waves. Ruz walking out to a mostly hostile crowd, not because they hated her, but because they'd already picked their side. And somewhere in that noise, Eala walked out too, soaking it all in, knowing this wasn't just another Tuesday on tour. This was the moment everything she'd built was about to be tested. The match started, and almost right away, doubt crept in. Eala dropped the opening game. Broken serve, quiet groans from the stands, a flash of worry across nervous faces watching from home. For a second, it looked like nerves might win, like the moment might be too big. Then everything flipped. She settled in fast, reading Ruz's shots before they even landed. Her return started snapping back with precision, forcing errors instead of chasing them. Game after game, she pulled ahead. By the time the first set wrapped up, she'd claimed it 6-1. Ruz managed only 2 points on her entire first serve throughout that set. 2 out of 16 chances. That's not bad luck. That's complete control. Watching courtside, you could feel the crowd shift with every point. Cheers grew louder. Chants turned rhythmic. Somebody started a wave near the upper deck, and honestly, it fit the mood perfectly. Now, before we get into the second set, let's pause here for a second. If this story's pulling you in, hit that subscribe button right now. More of these breakdowns are coming every single week, straight from matches like this one. It genuinely helps the channel grow, and it means you won't miss what happens next in Eala's run. Alright, back to the action. Set 2 started, and Ruz tried everything to shift momentum. She switched up her serve placement, attacked the net more, fought for every single point like her tournament depended on it, because honestly, it did. But Eala barely blinked. She broke serve again to open the set, extending her lead even further. Then weather stepped into the story. Rain began falling mid-set, forcing a suspension. Players walked off, fans scrambled for cover, and for a moment, the whole match hung in limbo. Nobody knew exactly what would happen once play resumed. Turns out, the delay mattered more than anyone expected. When officials finally called things back, word spread that Ruse was struggling. A right foot injury, aggravated during the break, left her unable to continue at full strength. She tried pushing through, but eventually medical staff stepped in. Shortly after, Ruse made the difficult call to retire from the match entirely. Just like that, Eala advanced. Not exactly the ending anyone predicted walking in, but a win regardless, earned through dominant, controlled tennis before things ended early. The crowd rose again, this time celebrating not just a result, but everything building toward it. Weeks of momentum, years of sacrifice, all of it colliding in one loud, emotional night in Ohio. And somewhere in that celebration, Eala stood there, smiling, soaking in a moment that felt bigger than just one match on the schedule. So what does this actually mean? Let's zoom out for a second, because this win carries weight far beyond one scoreboard. Eala sits at world number 20 right now, closing in on her first full year competing at this level. Every match like this one pushes her closer to the top 10, a spot that felt almost unthinkable for Philippine tennis just a few years back. This isn't a country with a deep tennis tradition. Basketball dominates conversations there. Volleyball fills arenas. Tennis, historically, stayed in the background. Eala's changing that, match by match, city by city. That comparison to Manny Pacquiao keeps coming up, and honestly, it makes sense the more you sit with it. Pacquiao didn't just win fights. He gave an entire nation something to rally behind, something that made strangers feel connected through shared pride. Watching Filipino communities pack tennis stadiums across America, wearing her name, chanting together, feels like history repeating itself in a completely different sport. But here's what makes this moment even more interesting. Eala isn't chasing this spotlight. She's not performing for cameras or crafting some big personality around herself. In interviews, she stays grounded, almost business-like about her approach. Same court, same ball, same job, regardless of where she plays. That kind of mindset, quiet confidence paired with genuine humility, might be exactly why fans connect with her so deeply. She feels real, relatable, someone representing them without losing herself in the process. And this story isn't finished yet. Next up, she faces Amanda Anisimova, ranked 10th in the world, a genuine top-level test that'll show exactly where Eala stands against elite competition. Beating a player like Ruse proves consistency. Beating someone ranked inside the top 10 proves something entirely different. That's the match that could redefine this entire tournament run. Think about the layers stacking up here. A career-best seed. A crowd showing up before she'd even played a point. A dominant, injury-shortened win that pushed her further into the spotlight. And now, a genuine top 10 opponent waiting on the other side of the draw. This isn't just a good week for Eala. This might be the week people look back on someday, pointing to it as the moment everything changed. The moment a nation's excitement matched a player's actual potential, colliding perfectly in Cincinnati. Whatever happens against Anisimova, one thing already feels certain. Filipino tennis has a genuine star now, someone capable of pulling crowds, shifting rankings, and inspiring a country that's still just getting started believing in her. And honestly, this story's only getting louder from here. So there it is. A crowd that showed up before she'd even served. A dominant win that proved she belonged. And now, a top 10 test waiting next. If you want to see how far this run goes, subscribe right now. The next chapter of Eala's story drops soon. Don't miss it.